welcome to the winter in Toronto. Windy, cold, snowing, gloomy and doomy. Everything what you like. Behind me, frozen waters of Toronto Harbor, and a lot of people saying that this is exactly how Toronto real estate market looks like. Maybe they're right. But the question is there any real hope? Is it any hope at all for the warm spring and nice hot summer in Toronto and on Toronto real estate market particularly? Watch this video to the end and I'll give you the answer. Hi, welcome to Living, Selling, Buying and Renting in Toronto YouTube channel with the real estate accent. My name is Oleg Lakrits. I'm realtor with Sutton Group-Admiral Realty and I'm working in this beautiful city. Well, enough about me. Let's get back to the business. Hi, I'm back to my office. I got my tea. Oh, beautiful. Nice warm tea after cold weather like today. And I'm ready to talk about, as I promised, to talk about red pill ingredients that are going to help you to see what's happening on Toronto real estate market with diamond eyes. And first, I would say that that's happening today. Yes, it's unique, but it's not something unusual. It happened before with prices. It happened in 90s. It happened in 2000. It happened in 2008. We saw some slowdown on Toronto real estate market regarding price growth in 2013, 2015. And to be exact, I prepare some graphs. Sorry for my hand drawings. So from 1946 or 1948, the Toronto Real Estate Board is counting for the average price. And if we put this, measuring this average price, and if we put this on a graph, beginning of, let's say, 1946, it starts from some point until now, it's nice straight line that goes up like this. If it's straight, you could ask me, why, if it's everything nice and beautiful and goes up every time, why all this buzz around that prices goes down, that the market crashed, the prices will never recover, or suddenly somebody's saying that, no, we already passed the dark days and now it's going to be everything, the future is bright. The other people saying, oh, no, it's never going to be like it used to be. I'll tell you why. Because this view, it's like a Google Earth. If you looking on our planet from the space, you could see mostly oceans with the small pieces of land. But if you're going down more closer and closer, you're gonna see mountains, you're gonna see valleys, you're gonna see rivers, you're gonna see towns, cities. So the more closer, the more details you have. And if you take a look on this graph more closer, we could see something like this. I actually have one here, but I will draw the new one. And by the way, I'm doing this from the scratch on my listing presentations. But again, sorry for my drawing skills. 1946, dollar value, time. This is our average. And we have magic boundaries. Magic boundary, let's say 5%. And it goes like this. So it goes like this. Not exactly. It's just picture for your understanding. So it goes like waves. And we have here its magic boundary. It's called 5%. 5% of the annual price increase. So usually if this price increase and decrease, increase the price not going over this 5%, usually it just goes around average price, and it's nice balanced market, and every year price increase incrementally 5%. This is exactly what bringing this line up, this 5% every year. But what happens if the price goes much higher than 5%? So it's gonna go lower, much lower than average, and then at some point it will be recover and goes up again and again and again. So this is endless circle, endless motion of the Toronto real estate market. So nothing is gonna happen. In 2013, 2015, market was slowing down. And then it starts moving again. So people who didn't buy and waiting in 2013, 2015, in 2000, around 2016 and 17, they were far beyond of their expectations that the price goes up. It goes down because the price actually goes up. And it was going up, up, up. And at the some point, it started at beginning, the exceeding this 5%. It goes 6, 7, 8, 10. In some areas, it was 12, 13% per year over. And it eventually it should be slower. Market should be slower, and the price should eventually probably could go down. Unfortunately, it didn't happen because the COVID happened. Everything was frozen at that moment when that just happened. But then, when the government starts pouring money, when they lower interest rate, the prices, and the people decided to go out of city. They want to go to the suburbs and live there. So it was huge demand. It was huge move. Some people were have some extra money and they decided to invest in real estate. So this is spark new price increase. So the problem with the Toronto with these conditions lays in the past, because Toronto real estate market is a huge object with the big mass and it has big inertia. So all those factors, they they give extra push for the market, and it's like steam engine. It start getting more and more power and more speed. But COVID finished, central bank starts raising interest again and very fast. It's another question how they did it. Was it right in the right direction, in the bad? I don't want to discuss this, but we have what we have. Uh, Plus, it was a lot of condo properties comes from the market, and now the people they bought it with those money, or when the interest rate was lower, much lower, and now they have to take the real mortgage with the higher interest rates with totally different payments. So it creates extra advantage. We have a lot of inventory, and the price starts going down. And eventually, this is the rule for this statistical rule that if it exceeds 5%, at some point, market gonna correct itself to be with that 5-year increase boundaries. Now we have this situation, so we're going down and down in prices. Yes, prices, you could see that report just came out. Again, Market Watch. There is a video about this Market Watch reports. I'll put the link in the description. Please watch it. It's described a lot. And you'll understand even more about what's happening with the Toronto real estate, with the prices on Toronto real estate market. Yeah, and it shows that the price still goes down because the price still correcting. The market still corrects itself. And because it's a huge, big steam engine, now it's slowing down. And maybe like physically, maybe it's already some factors that gonna bring again more power to the steam engine, but because it has inertia, it's still going down. I don't know. We are at the end of this cycle of correcting. Maybe we're gonna drop. The price is gonna be dropped a little bit more, but I know for sure that it's gonna happen at some point, and the price is gonna go up again. The question is when it's gonna be happening. Probably it's gonna be a lot of people, not just me. They have feeling that it's gonna be in 2026. Another question: how fast are they gonna grow? Probably at the beginning, it's not gonna be very fast growing, but again, we're gonna go eventually with that 5% average. It's 5% average growth because in some areas it's 3%. In some, like historically condo, they're getting less. Some type of the freehold homes, like townhomes, a little bit less. Standalone or detached homes, they gaining more price per year. So, but the average is going to be around 5%. We'll see. We'll see, but definitely, we're very close. In my opinion, we're very close to that point when the price is gonna stop their decrease or even start a little bit gaining. Why I'm saying this? In the last report, it says that yes, the price still goes down. Transactions a little bit slower. The number of transactions compared to last year. So it's a good sign because usually November, December, it's one of the slowest time, as well as January and August. February depends on the weather, but it starts in November and December. It starts slowing down. Plus, very good sign that inventory not much, but the inventory actually starts shrinking. If this tendency continues, it's going to be a good signage that the market is balancing, and from the very brightly buyer's market, it become more balanced. Good news for the sellers. For the buyers, it's still going to be opportunities. Also, it's interesting in that report, if you take a look on the first page, as I mentioned in my video about how to read Market Watch report, it says that the less decrease in the price was on a condo market, surprisingly, because we heard a lot that condo market is totally crushed. No, it could be sign of recovery, but if you doing a little bit more research, like I did, and like I hear from what my other clients telling me, my colleagues experience with their clients that buying condo. It happened because the most popular and the most closed transactions were condo 2-3 bedroom condo for livings, and the more expensive and the less prone to this devaluating. So it's already it's a sign, small signs that the market start balancing. I hope probably it's still correcting itself, but I hope we're very close to the end of this correction cycle, and probably we're gonna see, maybe it's gonna be steady for some time, and then price gonna go up again, because this what happened in the past, this is what's happening now, that's gonna happen in the future as well. And believe me, this is not the first and not the last one crisis uh, with the price. And it's not crisis, it's normal situation. Yes, for this unique, what makes this crisis unique, it's that for a very long time the prices goes up. It was like market unbelievable, unbelievable. And if you're seller, if you're representing seller, it was great. If you have buyer, it was hard. Now I enjoy to work on behalf of the buyers. I always enjoyed to work with the buyers, but it was very hard and it was uh, very challenging. Now it's challenging and hard, but in different way. And the buyers really have opportunities, the greatest opportunities. Historically, this opportunity is not for a long time. Usually, market shift sitting in a balance toward a seller side. So this is what happening. This is the real truth behind the Toronto real estate market prices drama. It happened. It's happening, and it's gonna happen again, and it's gonna be up and down. Um, also, also, it was some other factors that give more power to the steam engine. It was immigration because it was more people coming. It was students. It was some people who were buying properties from out of border, out of Canada. They were buying properties here. So it was like extra fuel, uh, extra gasoline in a fire. Now it seems like every immigration a little bit slowed down. There is no much investors, and the actual investors they play a big role in this overheating of this market. However, that's why I'm saying that the buyers don't have big window of opportunity because uh, if you take a look on the whole picture, what's happening with Toronto real estate market, you have to understand that we now at the lowest point, probably from 70s, with the construction of the new properties. Condos, they simply do not uh, they freeze the big builders. They freeze the projects if they can and hold it. Some in very bad shapes. One Bloor West in receivership that there is millions in debts and probably people receive their money back. It's tragedy, but as well as some new projects going to be on the market as well this year. So probably it's going to bring a little bit more fuel in decreasing value. But anyway, after that, there is no new construction. There is no new units that are going to be available for the people. And I'm not even talking about affordability yet. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit more new rental buildings, but again, it's not going to be enough. Why? Because by the plans of our government, immigration going to continue in Canada, and it's going to be roughly around 350,000 per year. This one next year, and so on, with probably slight increase. And 40% of those new immigrants, gonna settle in Ontario, and 70% of those that gonna settle in Ontario gonna settle in GTA. So this year, next year, it's extra 98,000 roughly. So we have 100,000 increase. Yes, some people live in Canada. It's true. It's happening now, and Southern Ontario and GTA, but some people coming. Plus, it's going to be returning people that they bought some properties outskirt of Greater Toronto area with the idea that they're going to work from home. Now everything goes back to the offices, everything goes back to the downtown. I could see I would say that the traffic increased in downtown during the days. It's much more people walking on the streets, even in this cold weather. So everything goes back to the offices again. So this is gonna create extra returning wave to the people. And by the some predictions, when economy gonna recover, when people gonna get some money for down payments, maybe it's gonna be some extra programs, because like in the States they already implement 50 years old mortgages, to let people purchase uh, to make this mortgages more affordable for the young couples, for the kids. Well, kids, I have kids, and they're almost in their 20s. So yeah, for our kids, for our youth, and probably the same program, something similar, going to be here. Uh, I heard that probably they already remove stress test. Uh, I hope it's going to be some extra programs that makes buying homes, condo, apartments as a first-time buyers for the kids, for the young Canadians, and for the immigrants, for the first-time buyers. So all this gonna create um, extra competition for the buyers, because with time the inventory that we have now gonna shrink, but there is no new construction. There is no new inventory that coming on the real estate market. So it's going to be huge advantage, a huge pressure on resale market, and probably price gonna increase much faster. So probably in 20, we're gonna see it in 27, 28. It's gonna be totally different picture and totally different situation in the real estate market that happening right now. And that's exactly I believe that was the real story behind that bill, controversial bill C60, that was they become a law by the Ontario government. A lot of people thinking that it's only about rent. No, the rent, some changes in the rent relationship between landlord and tenants of that agreement is just a part of the bigger picture, because it was about speed up construction, speed up the uh, application processes, speed up the regulations, easier regulations in municipalities, so to give push to the construction industry, because the government understands in the 3 years, in the 5 years, it's going to be again crisis of not just affordability, just to find something to live in Ontario, in Southern Ontario and in GTA particularly. So please take this in mind. Window opportunity is not very big for buyers, and this is probably you're the best time for probably in a decade if you're a buyer, and if you have some property to sell as well. And a lot of people right now ask me, what should I do? Should I buy or sell? Should I wait a little bit? Maybe the price goes down more. It's always hard to say, because I need to know exact your situation. All my years in real estate give me understanding of very simple thing, that every my deal, every my clients, they unique, and every property they bought, even if this just townhouses, just one beside each other, or two parts of semi-detached, the deal's gonna be different, because it's different people, it's different stories, different everything. So your history is unique for me, and probably it was one of the things that that helped me to do this business, to help people and experience every time something new. So let me know about your situation. If you have some questions, contact me, and we will talk. And if I know more about your situation, I could give you more information, so you're gonna take right decision at the right moment. Also, I'm gonna do my next video about opportunities on this market that exists right now. So I'll show you these opportunities. And again, but again, those opportunities are going to be more general. And of course, I understand that it's a huge problem of affordability. Could you afford it? We're going to talk about this as well. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed and you have a lot of good information about living, buying, selling, and renting properties in Greater Toronto area. If you still have questions or you want to discuss your next move on Toronto real estate market in the next 1 to 100 days, just give me a call, send me a text, or email me, or simply leave a comment under this video. And I will contact you and we will talk about your situation and how you could get all your real estate goals in fast, secure, and most lucrative for you way. Thank you and see you next time.